Oh, there's my skeletons coming. I got it. Oh, right. This is what we need to do, though. You gotta go back. Your inventory is full.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. You're at 50. Just head up to the blacksmith. Every time we're in town, Shell, quickly just go through your inventory and then salvage everything. It doesn't even take that long, so just head over to salvage.
Salvage.
And then just double tap X. Or X and then A. And there you go.
Okay.
And then we can be on with this. See? Doesn't take too long, and now your inventory is empty, so you don't have to worry about it filling up anytime soon.
Sorry, it was just a yawn.
Yeah, no, I'm shockingly tired. We'll probably want to do maybe...
Hey, my bolts are red instead of orange.
Is it the rockets? Are just all of your attacks rockets?
No, this is...
What is going on? That is weird. Ah!
That's what they look like now. Oh, was I frozen or something?
I don't even... Yeah, you might have been frozen.
Oh, there is a bunch of frost around the area.
There's the sibilant has frost maneuvers. Maneuvers? It's frost attacks. I don't know.
Dude, look at all those rats. Our chickens just follow us into danger. You were playing a chicken game earlier tonight, too.
Yeah, I was. I've been playing a lot of really weird games lately. I mean, you know about me doing my, like, small avalanche of new indie games.
Mm-hmm.
Series? I guess it's a series. I guess it's my, Let's Try. I almost feel like I should retitle the,
Adria should be up here.
I should almost retitle the Let's Try playlist to just small avalanche of new indie games. Just go with that.
What? Oh no!
Tell us about the Black Soul Stone! We know of the 3 that the Horadrim used to trap the primevals. What is the purpose of this one?
Your master Belial has good reason to fear it.
Leave her alone!
Seize them!
We have the Reaper of Pain.
And
I must wait.
torturers.
Wait, so does he take the pain away from people? Or...
Well, I think he might just be a reaper that inflicts pain as opposed to taking it away.
Leah,
Yeah.
my daughter.
Well, that was quick.
I'm surprised Cain never told you why I left. He knew I was called to fight the Lords of Hell, and I knew he would keep you safe.
He's gone now.
Then it's fate that we have been reunited. Cain's work, your work, is my war.
According to the Horadric texts, only 2 evils remain. Belial is here in Chaldeum, and Azmodan has yet to reveal himself.
Rathma has blessed me.
The guards were asking you about this Black Soul Stone. I remember reading about it in Uncle's journal, but it didn't seem important.
No, but it is. It is the key to defeating evil forever. It was created by the mage Zoltan Kuhl to trap demonic souls.
Yes, he was a renegade Horadrim, dismembered by his brethren before he could activate the Soul Stone. His head was sealed away in the Dogger Oasis.
Ugh.
We must retrieve it, because if we're to use the Soul Stone to defeat Belial and Azmodan, Zoltan Kuhl must live again.
Sounds like a job for you.
I have a new ally. The witch, Adria. She believes that the Black Soul Stone will allow us to defeat the Lords of Hell. But this remains to be seen.
I want to ask about Zoltan Kuhl.
Murderer, torturer, monster. These were the titles bestowed upon Zoltan Kuhl by the Horadrim. Though it cost them dearly, they killed the wizard for his crimes against nature and sealed his broken corpse within a shadow realm. It seems they were afraid he might return.
He was sent to the Shadow Realm. What? You're not gonna react to that?
It's time to duel! Yu-Gi-Oh! Is such a weird show.
Manga was creepy.
The manga was scary.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Wow.
And the interesting thing
Don't
about the
actually have
manga
that
is it
much
didn't
here.
even all focus on that one particular card game. They would have sort of like a game of the week, almost.
Yeah.
Various card and dice and
Yeah, and then at some
riddles.
point
I want to know about Leah's Hey! Lore. Why? That's a little creepy.
Tell me about how she was born.
I'd like to ask, you know, when did you have Leah? But Leah's birth? Okay.
Do you regret leaving Leah behind?
What? No, I never saw it that way. She grew up in safety, while I risked my life to find the key to our salvation. It was the sacrifice that I had to make. In any case, Leah will meet her full potential under my guidance. Do you not have things to do?
What happens if you try asking her about that?
Leah still adores you, even though you left her behind.
What? In any case,
Oh, it's pretty much the same.
How well did you know Cain?
for a time, during the darkening of Tristram, we spent many nights in the Tavern of the Rising Sun, discussing his Horadric texts and the varied arcana I'd collected during my travels.
Did you meet again?
Only from afar. From time to time our paths would cross, and I would catch glimpses of Leah as she grew. It broke my heart that I could not reveal myself and raise her as my own.
How did the Imperial Guard find you?
I was trying to steal out of the city. I'd returned to gather some things before setting out to recover Zoltan Kuhl's head, and the guards found me. Zoltan Kuhl, a legend. There is no doubt in my mind he is as powerful as the stories say. But for every bit of his genius, he was surely mad. He was obsessed with immortality and power.
Oh, it's really cool. I like how if you're on one side of the person versus the other,
Yeah, the audio.
the voice will
Yeah.
switch from one headphone side to the
Yeah,
next.
it's usually why if you notice we're talking to somebody, I'll go stand directly in front of them. Because I hate it.
It's disgusting. I've seen that man going in and out of the sewers.
What, man?
You never can tell with those types.
Whee! To the sewers! I don't care about gossipy little ladies. I've got enough boner friends that don't judge me for that.
There's merchants down here?
Yeah. They sell stuff. Oh, might as well repair my junk. Anyway, the Emperor!
You're wearing a new
Listen
phone.
to me. I cannot talk for long, but Lyle's guards are constantly watching me.
Are they?
Forgive me for my behavior at court. The guards would have killed me had I sided with you, but I will help you now as I can. You must be headed to the Oasis. I can open this gate for you.
Sure thing, buddy.
He's so small. So he was just putting on a bunch of airs.
An interesting opponent.
There we go.
Oh, ice, 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 ice,
Yep.
ice.
I wish I could do that.
Yeah, so the circle is kind of the area you want to get out of, because there's a,
It's just very, very light.
I feel more powerful.
there'll be a, this P2 amulet. Ooh. You got a mystery amulet. You should put it on. Mystery
Over
amulet.
Here? Oh, this one.
Amulet. Amulet. There you go.
Right. Why do I identify?
Oh, right. Especially because you're using a level 17. There you go.
The Eye of Etzlik, originally pulled from a frozen corpse on the slopes of Mount Ariat. The eye sees with the magic of a dozen sorcerers.
What? How did the magic of a dozen sorcerers get in a single eye?
They
I have a
infused
question.
it.
Were they just like hot swapping the eye around? It's like, hey Jim, I need some more magic in my eye. Pop it in.
Ew. It could be that it's the eye of some creature that only possessed one. And...
Oh, Luke Goblin, come on, come on.
A goblin.
Let him not escape. Okay, I'm not even hitting him. Sometimes I lose the ability to like target things because I'm too close and my character's just pointed the wrong direction. Oh, hello.
Belial, Lord of Lies, is the most elusive of the 7 evils and is a master of deceit. It is said that he manipulated Asmodan into revolt against the prime evils. This began the Burning Hell's civil war, which ended with the dark exile of the prime evils to our mortal realm.
Oh.
So the demons were fighting amongst themselves.
Yeah. As demon do. I mean, it's weird when demons are like working together as a group. You'd think they'd almost never have the cohesion to actually work together as a team.
All must serve the cycle.
It's one of those things where
I can't do that.
it's like that no honor amongst thieves saying.
Yeah.
Just amongst villainous beings, just treachery is almost ingrained.
Yeah.
Because, you know, why serve when you can rule?
True.
Or something.
And the rule of 2 and whatnot. Sometimes I wonder... Like, I would like to see retellings of stories where the villains were competent. Like, Star Wars, where...
But part of what makes villains incompetent, well, not necessarily incompetent, what makes them...
That needs to recharge.
Unsympathetic is just the fact that some of the things that they champion are so deplorable.
True.
That there is no logic or reason behind it. And then there are others where they have a reason, but it's the means that they use to acquire their goals, well, or work towards them, is what makes them so vile.
At the same time,
And they do the whole, the ends justify the means, but...
At the same time, it always bugs me how, like, incompetent villains can be. Like...
Well, it's also this, it's...
Help me, please! Someone help! I'm being...
You fool! Quiet! Or I will rip your tongue from your mouth.
It's also considered the... I don't necessarily want to call it like a soft victory on the hero's part, but you know how if...
The enemy has destroyed Alcarnus and most of the cultists. The Master commands us to capture more slaves immediately. Go to the oasis and abduct villagers. Kill any who resist. That way we shall both gain allies and destroy enemies.
Yeah, in most things, if they don't want to tarnish a hero's image and make them resort to the same tactics as the villain, what they will often do is they'll have the villain done in by their own greed.
Yeah, hoisted by their own petard.
Or, yeah, wait, is that what the term is?
I believe so, yeah.
Or betrayed by one of their underlings, at which point, yeah, that's... If there isn't a redemption arc for them.
Thank you, thank you.
Okay, it doesn't have anything
Those vile
useful.
creatures were looting
Sort of
my
like the
goods.
whole...
Now that you have saved me...
You know, like Scar at the end of The Lion King?
Yeah.
How Simba was just gonna cast him out, but then the hyenas were like, we're hungry. And you just called us, you know, mangy mutts. We're going to eat you now.
I can
That
just
was rather
resummon my
gruesome.
undead whenever I want. That's awesome. Yeah, a good villain convinces you they're the hero. Yeah, I need to experience more stuff like that. Like more books, more... Send books at me. I need more books to read. Currently I'm reading I've been reading that Wandering In book. I think the beginning of it was good. The middle and the end, like, it's one of those where they know how to keep the tension, but I think it's like the story got bigger than itself after, actually, fairly quickly. And, like, I think I've lost my connection to the story to some large degree. And it's breaking me a little bit. I need, like, a more grounded story, almost. Especially because, like, there's, like, a villain, but the villain... I guess it's kind of one of those where it always bugs me in a story where the villain is so, like, ridiculously strong. That, like, the hero just seemingly will never win and has, like, no route to success other than Deus Ex Machina or, like, ridiculous nonsense.
Or that whole underling betrayal, or the done by your own hubris.
And it's kind of one of those where it's like, I prefer it when...
Like, have you ever... You just like the whole ending... You know how you were talking about Magda before? And how, oh, Magda, you're so foolish. Of course Belial is going to betray you. You know when there are those villains that go through all this effort, mobilizing and gathering armies of people, all for the, you know, sole goal of reviving some kind of ancient demon lord or sorcerer or something. And then the first thing that this said sorcerer does upon being revived is just like, thank you. And then proceeds to, like, suck out their soul or something. You know how they're like, that's the big bad?
I recently met
the sub-villain is always trying to...
Now I understand. Each crusader took an apprentice. When a crusader fell, his apprentice would take up his armor, his place in the order, and even his very name. When the first generation of crusaders fell, their own apprentices took up their identities. And so it has continued for 200 years.
What do you think?
Of what, the
whole trope of the villain finally achieves their goal of reviving or summoning or bringing about the, you know,
so
the great
Raiders of the Lost Ark, you know, reversal of, like, this is what you
have been working for this whole time. Well, also, what about the end of, I suppose, spoilers, Borderlands? She was... Didn't she get killed by the thing?
Yeah. Yeah, she opens up the vault, this thing that she's been hunting the entire time. And it turned...
What is that noise? Oh no! They found us!
Yeah, she finally gets to open up the vault. It's hers. All of the treasures are hers.
The Imperial Guards left me here to die, but you saved me. Thank you.
There are so many, though. There are so many movies and things. I can't possibly name all of them.
It bugs me a little bit, because it's just like... I guess it feels cheap. Mm-hmm. And in Borderlands, it didn't bug me so much, because she was hardly a villain. You've maybe fought her once before.
Mm-hmm.
And so... It's easier to just be kind of disinterested in that sort of defeat, because it didn't matter. You know, it's, you know, who cares if she got killed by it, because there was no development in that villain. Whereas, like, I don't know, what's a good villain that, like, you get to kind of learn about, and then they just have, like, the crappy ends like that. Yeah, the problem is, like, I think in general I'm starved for good villains. You know, I really liked Dr. Octopus in the most recent Spider-Man game, because he was a very human character at first. And then he went crazy and almost immediately just started being, like, classic evil, and I'm like, this is actually a little disappointing. Like, I was expecting a little bit, you know, more from his, you know, I'm suddenly evil now. Because he's just like, I'm going to show that... Norman Osborn's like the most evil man ever, but first I'm going to release a super plague on the world that'll kill everybody. And I'm like, what? How much of this proves that Norman Osborn is an awful person? If anything, you've proven that you're an irredeemable jerk.
know you don't like it when I point to old movies and such, but I still really liked the fact that the quote-unquote villain of Forbidden Planet was actually...
a thing, it was just an idea.
Well, it was an idea, but also tied to arguably one of the... I wouldn't necessarily call them a hero, but like sort of the like old man wise like guiding character.
Traces of Zoltan cool.
I don't want to give things away. If you guys want to see some of the earliest examples of sci-fi and cinema history, go watch 1956
We are in
Forbidden
agreement.
Planet.
Cool, the renegade, must be stopped. He seeks to duplicate the power of the stones and wield it for his own ends. He is obsessed with the powers of heaven and hell. Drawing their attention will only bring doom to us all.
You'll see Leslie Nielsen when he was a young man before he did
That foe will
Gun.
die.
Naked Gun, the Naked Gun series. Sir Walter Pigeon and Robbie the Robot.
I will admit, I still don't share your enthusiasm or respect for that movie, because like the thing with like the villain being human nature or like some metaphysical element of...
Well, no, it was the huge thing about like why the ancient civilization went extinct in the first place.
Yeah, it's just my problem with stuff like that is that doesn't make like a convincing villain. It's
Well,
it's
there
an
really
interesting
wasn't a villain then at
opposition, but like I like villains that like are characters that...
It was the mystery. It was mostly a mystery.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I would say it's a classic, almost Star Trekian villain. Sci-fi likes to do that. It's like, there was no villain all along. It was just the concept of evil, and it's like, what?
But it wasn't the concept
Not
of
in that
evil.
case, but in a lot of sci-fi media, it straight up is. It's just like, the villain was true evil embodied. As in, literally, it's just like evil ripped out of people and weaponized or something. It's like, what? Like that's why I liked the Covenant and the and
Rathma has blessed me.
And the Flood in Halo. Up until Halo 3, at which point you find out that the Flood is sentient. Because like the Covenant was just like an aggressive alien species of scavengers.
Well, I thought the Covenant was a coalition of different
Yeah, it
alien
was.
races.
So effectively, like a couple of alien species managed to get their hands on some pretty like high-end tech, and an alien species, another alien species that could maintain and like adapt it for them. And so they were like, well, we are the chosen ones. We're gonna go conquer the galaxy. Anybody that fits into our worldview gets to join us. Anybody that either resists or doesn't fit gets to die.
I am kind of tired of, you know how, grew up with a bunch of the alien... Wait, why was I moving on my own accord? Oh, were you dragging me?
We set out
That's
in
probably
1 week's time, into the desolate sands, to search for Kul's hidden archives. None of us have any idea what to expect. How far has Kul's madness driven him? How much power has he accumulated in his mad quest? I can only hope we are not too late.
I wasn't paying attention for a moment. Now I've forgotten my train of thought. What was I gonna ask? Oh yeah, about Alien, Predator, and Terminator and stuff. How...
I am returning to town.
Do you hate the evil corporation that in monster movies they want to capture the creature
I think
or
it varies.
harness its power and then they're overrun by it?
I think it varies. I think I get bored of the evil corporations because they're so interchangeable.
Mm-hmm.
There's no interesting. There's hello.
Leah, are you all
Just
right?
trying to use magic.
Yes, I think so.
I'm sorry to push you like this, but it will all be for the best in the end.
I know.
It is time. Leah, cast the spell as I taught you.
I live again.
Zoltan Cool. We need you to activate the Black Soul Stone. We would use it to trap the last 2 Lords of Hell.
I know your voice, stranger. It has haunted me in death, just as it commanded me in life. Tyrael.
I am, but now mortal.
Ah, fate is whimsical.
Want to talk to a fellow necromancer?
I will give you the Black Soul Stone, but in exchange, I must be made whole once again.
You were treacherous before. How do I know you won't be an even greater threat once you've been fully revived?
You don't. So you must ask yourself, how much would you risk to save this wretched world?
Everything.
Ah, so be it. To begin, you will need to retrieve my blood from the dungeons where it has been hidden away. You will find them in the desolate sands beyond the aqueducts.
I'm going to go with you. We should bring Cool's head with us. Maybe he'll have something useful to say.
Ew.
I'll put him in your bag.
Ew.
Ew. We're carrying a head around?
Yep.
Now, the other thing, too. Wouldn't his blood have long coagulated and dried out by now?
Yes. It's a dusty head.
No, I'm talking about he wants us to find his
Oh,
contained
in the vial.
blood. Unless it was something immensely airtight.
Magically preserved. Magically delicious.
Ew.
What is my current axe? Level 35. I bet this is worth it. We level so fast, we are actually gear treadmilling past, like... Yep, that's a massive upgrade.
Do you know what's a sympathetic villain? Probably Rutger Hauer's character in Blade Runner.
Well, yeah. I think the one problem is Blade Runner was a bit of a mess.
Mm-hmm. Well, because in that one, the protagonist is a bounty hunter killing off replicants who just want to survive. Live past their expiration date. No longer serve as soldiers in menial labor towards the company that created them. You know?
Mm-hmm. Who's the guy at the very beginning of the second Blade Runner movie?
Mm-hmm. Played by Batista's character?
Yeah.
Okay.
I really liked him.
Well, played by him.
Because I think he would have... I mean, he reminds me of the same villain from Blade Runner 1, and I think that was kind of the point. You know, he was just a guy that wanted to live. And I really liked his, like, not even mini arc. I mean, it was, sort of.
Mm-hmm.
I want more time to explore the great library of Chaldea.
You're an interesting one, aren't you? I wonder if your friends know what you truly are. I have no time to entertain your assumptions. Oh, all will be revealed in time.
What you truly are? What is he referring to?
Fabulous.
Is this something...
It's because he knows we're a Nephilim, and I don't think anybody else really knows.
Is every main character a Nephilim?
Yes, every main character is a Nephilim.
So it's not just a Necromancer thing?
No. No, every main character is a Nephilim. It'd be interesting if each one was kind of a different immortal.
Now, by Nephilim, did you mean like the whole like half-angel kind of Nephilim? Or
maybe? But then again, I think humans were supposed to be Nephilim in general? Question mark?
Well, right.
So who knows?
Well, there was the ancient race that maybe called themselves the Nephilim that then became mortal and sick.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. But I think we're like closer to true Nephilim. Maybe?
Which is weird because my character's parents were very mortal.
Oh, you were adopted! Tropes!
Ah!
3 centuries ago, A much smaller Caldeum depended upon small wells for its water. Then came the mysterious Dalgur, offering Caldeum an oasis of unparalleled splendor, located in an area previously thought to be desert, asking only that his name be permanently affixed to the land. Then he vanished into the wastes.
Unless there's the possibility he was actually referring to Leah. Because, you know, Leah is special. Oh, right. That was, the special was the Lego movie. I remember now.
Oh, the special?
Yeah, he's the special, and it's like, you know, the special is not actually special. I really like that plot.
Is that poking fun at the Chosen One business?
I really like that plot line of, like, you're not the Chosen One, but you can still be a hero.
I would just rather there be no mention of a Chosen One.
I like when the Chosen
like
One is someone else in a story, and the main character sees the Chosen One. Like, I mean, Wandersong is a perfect example of, like, you know, the Chosen One is someone else, and also not a good person. Like, that was a really fun plot line to have, like, the hero be the villain.
I miss searching for lost artifacts with Uncle Deckard.
I meant to explore that cave over there for trinkets, but after that...
What cave over where?
Over here.
Oh, haha! Bonus dungeon. If we can get into it.
Before you go, might you be interested in some of my previous
Accidentally
acquisitions?
There it is, Mysterious Cave, level 1. Yes.
Ooh.
But yeah, Wandersong did that incredibly well, where the hero was the villain. I also like it when the hero starts heroic and, like, ends up not doing evil, but yeah, it does get to the point where they're like, yeah, I might actually be the bad guy here, or...
Well, right, that's what the Blade Runner is about, too.
Yeah, except for the problem with the Blade Runner is, did he ever really have the realization so much as, like, you have the realization he's the bad guy?
I mean, he definitely started questioning things as he went along.
I guess you're right, especially because he's kind of, well...
He also doesn't kill Rachel. He just drives away with her.
No, that's a good point.
There was that whole thing about just whatever time we have left, that's it. Though, I was watching a video about how Harrison Ford's roles,
He was
unfortunately...
typecast into just being a complete creep.
Yeah, because the whole thing with, his Blade Runner character, Deckard, whatever his name was.
I need aid. I can't do that.
Yeah, really creeped on Rachel at that one point.
And Leah and, like, a bunch of other people. Or
Leia.
Sorry.
We've been playing so many games where Leah
is the main
name
character.
rather than Leia. Yeah, just guys that get in women's space, shove them around.
You would like it.
No, I don't.
Sometimes you do.
Don't talk like that. Ugh.
But there's a difference between, like, two consenting adults that, like, are already in a relationship being, well, two consenting adults.
You always have to have permission.
Well, yeah.
Always.
I'm not gonna, like, push you into anything that you don't want to do.
You will make a
But really, I
corpse.
don't want to talk about that kind of stuff.
But, like, well, I mean, the Harrison Ford thing was just, like, that was him, like, forcing them into...
It's like, oh, but women like it when you're pushy. And it's like, no.
No, it's more the point of, like, communication.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, do you know this woman? Have you already gotten into a relationship? Do you communicate well? Is it an equal relationship for the most part? You know, is there any semblance of, like, you know...
Give it more time.
Is there a semblance here of, like,
weakness
abusing power?
You.
If so, this is not an even relationship and is inherently sketchy. Oh,
Well, it was more that, like, in many of these instances, the woman would say several times no.
Yeah.
And it was never
Well,
enough.
it's not just that, though. Like, you should never get to the point where the woman needs to say no.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you're at that point, then you've already gone too far.
The thing is, in those movie roles, though,
it was reinforcing
the
that
lady would
in fact,
always give in the end.
Yeah, you should go that
Angels
far.
and demons. Now I would give anything to hear him tell his tales again.
Yeah. And I think we were discussing this the other day, how there's also that other trope about the whole villains, you know, capturing the, like, princess and trying to wed them off to either themselves or their evil son or a bunch of other things. I suppose that was back when, like, there were political agendas as well.
I could get accustomed to that.
But it was also probably...
Ow. Arcane enemies hurt so bad. They're real bad in
I was
this
standing
game
in a
first
fiery
came
spot.
out. Yeah, those moving laser things suck.
Dodge through the
Scythe.
lasers, I believe.
Come with me, minion friends. On we go.
I think you just poured it to me or something.
That was weird. You might have gone... Oh, press A. Now you get to be the one to warp out. Ah! My minions! No, they're gone! I got like 2 of them. Okay. I forgot how large this zone was. Enter the ancient water... Oh. Dag Nabbler. Back we go. This way. We went a bit too far. I think we were actually supposed to just turn right back around and go into the dungeon. Like the sewers. Because there's another way around.
What is our objective right now? We have to find the blood.
We're supposed to go back into the ancient waterway, which I thought was... So... I have no sense of direction in this game because all of the maps are totally procedurally generated.
Mm-hmm.
Where is anything?
Give it more time.
So are these... What are these guys? Are they kind of like ogres?
They're demons.
Are they?
I think so. So let's go back down here for a second.
Was there bestiary in this game? I thought there was.
There is, and I think it's even voice acted.
Ooh.
Yeah. So you can actually look it up.